Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we'll be watching another MamaMax video. This is the one from the first video, I guess, from Nicholas DeOrio. We watched one from the Internet Anarchist, but it didn't go into a major It was kind of like an overview of everything that was happening. It didn't really touch on the majority of what actually happened within the MamaMax video for the, I guess there's a werewolf cult. So yeah, let's get into that. Obviously, the originals will be down in the description, but I'm sure the majority of you have already seen it. If you haven't, though, go watch it there first. All right, let's get into it.
Nicholas DeOrio. Before we get started today, I'm going to be clear and concise about what this video will...
Okay, so Mudahar has an investigation as well. Okay.
Will prove.
We'll watch
Today,
his
you're
as well.
going to see undeniable evidence that MamaMax is a complete and total fraud.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, and as for usual, real quick disclaimer, I'm a reaction channel. I am not a deep dive commentary channel. I don't go do additional research into any of these things. I just tell you what I see on the video itself. All right, so if you know more information, you're welcome to put it down in the comment section, but I don't know it, and it's not the same for me, so...
Fraud. He is a content creator who claims his platform exists to empower abuse survivors, and the reality is, MamaMax is a liar. His actions in the past...
So he's basically a giant grifter, right? He just loves... well, not loves. He's a savior grifter, so he has a savior complex, it seems, but he also does it for the money.
Past and present paint a far more sinister picture. Right off the bat, this video does contain clips of the leaked recording between myself, MamaMax, and Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers. If Max has an issue with how he is portrayed in this video, I consent to the full call being released. I am not afraid. In the event where Max...
Did they actually release the full call? That'd be interesting to listen to.
...tries to bully me with threats of getting my channel banned, this video removed, or anything else through use of YouTube contacts, which he has done to content creators who have exposed him recently, I will not hesitate to drop our full, uncut recording for the entire internet to see. I will...
Jeez. DeOrio just does not, play around, does he?
Not be silenced, and you will get everything that's coming to you.
Max is supposed to be the one bringing the story across to everyone. And yes, if in the case that everything is actually...
Why is it my job? Yeah, why are you putting it all on me? Like,
oh yeah, that was the stupidest thing ever. He's like, why are you putting this all on me? And everyone's like, because you're the one who brought the story in the first place. It's all on you. Duh. And he's like, no. I'm just starting this story. I want the bigger channels to push it even further and then make it so you guys have to take the brunt of it without any evidence. I'm like, oh yeah, because that's what a big channel is totally going to do.
Because it's your case!
One bringing it. Why are you...
Absolutely, I am the first one.
Okay, a few months ago, the YouTuber named MamaMax asked me to react to his content and promote the massive investigation he was
I just realized he has a beard taped to his face. That's fantastic.
about to release. Max Striker claimed to be exposing a depraved individual who used social media to lure society's most vulnerable into compromising situations. Cameron Gerard Davis has been accused of masquerading as mythical creatures such as...
I have a question. Is this person real? Like is that Camden Gerard Davis, or is that just some random person on the internet? I just want to know if this person's real. Because there's been no, I guess we'll figure out in this one.
Just
okay.
Werewolves and vampires in the hopes to lure children. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, is what I would have said if Max's videos on the subject weren't terrible.
Today we're going to be talking about a YouTuber that's been going really wacky wild as of late.
This video is going to be on a more serious topic. I'm sure most of you know who a creator by the name of MamaMax is and the controversy currently surrounding them.
It was probably
Yeah, unfortunately.
me and Nick, and that was about it. You're going to see as this goes further,
We have epilepsy. Maybe fast forward through this part.
this guy has serious hero complex. Like he really believes that he's a hero.
Then you made third video, which was calling out Moist Critical for not covering the story after you DM'd him like a spug a bunch of times.
Yeah, so here, you want me to talk about it a little bit? That rubbed me the wrong way. I spent 12 days not doing anything online in bed. And during that time, apparently it changed his whole framing of the video in order to make it like a Trojan horse of cancel critical because he didn't respond to my messages and ghosted me.
Yeah, that was really stupid. He's like, oh, this bigger creator talked to me once before and helped, boost my first video that I, called YouTube out on, about content moderation and all that other stuff. But now he's ignoring me, so I'm going to make a video calling him out and calling him a terrible person. What?
Anthony Fantano just watching this like that.
You provided evidence that was some girl's testimony, and 4 girls, if not 5, came out with their testimony against you.
Wait. So you're saying there's a bunch of accusations against MamaMax for something similar?
What I'm saying is the burden of proof is on them, and they didn't provide any.
And it just seems like a dramatized, embellished story. And
who's this guy?
And this person's talking about it and just saying insane things.
Look at. I mean, to be fair, he's right. Cool voice though.
Dude, look at the hand movements. He thinks he's like actually the Punisher. So pathetic.
Max released 3 videos that provide essentially nothing in the form of evidence. The average person can't follow anything he's released so far, and more time was spent responding to critics than providing actionable proof that content creators could use to
That was the biggest problem with his videos. They were basically big. It looked cool from a overall standpoint. They looked cool editing wise, but they just didn't have anything in it.
Condemn Cameron Gerard Davis. In fact, after Max threatened me privately for not reacting to his unwatchable video on my main YouTube channel, I cataloged my 10 hours of research publicly in the form of 2 live streams.
Why would MamaMax want Nicholas DeOrio to watch react to it on his channel regardless? Because or cover it, because at the time and still now, Nicholas is he's got 80,000 subscribers. If Max was originally pushing only for large YouTubers, was he just breaking down and going for any YouTubers at some point? Because it sounds like he's just going for any YouTuber that has a following of 50,000 or higher, not just Mr. Beast level stuff.
And my results were astounding.
All right, we're 2 hours in this. We're 2 hours in right now. Realistically, we're another hour and a half on top of our 4.5 hours in. So we're at the 6-hour mark of understanding what's going on here. And I will point out to you, now that we've hit the 6-hour mark, that I still don't know what Cameron Gerard Davis has done. And spoiler alert, when we hit the...
Is he even a real person? Is what I want to know.
8-hour mark or the 10-hour mark? I don't know how far we're going to go. We're still not going to know.
After 10 grueling hours investigating this vampire werewolf cult, I realized
Sorry, I thought it was just a werewolf cult. It's a vampire cult. Okay. Vampire werewolf. Okay, whatever.
Learned essentially nothing about Cameron Gerard Davis, the accused.
On March 18th, 2016, Spencer.
Okay, I wonder if this is a real it probably is, but I don't know. Does anyone actually check to see if this was a real missing person report? That'd be interesting, because I don't know if this is what if Max, because he's been known to fake some of his videos, what if he faked this missing person report? Just speculation there.
This girl from Wiley, Texas, mysteriously disappeared, lured by the illusion of joining a supernatural family as a vampire on some random corner of the internet. She actually found herself ensnared in a dangerous cult led by a predator posing as a werewolf god.
It just looks like some random TikTok video.
Max Striker's evidence provides without a shadow of a doubt that this might just be a video of a black man roaring like a wolf with fake vampire teeth in his mouth. Along with this compelling evidence, we also know details about his family, including his mother's name for some reason.
This video is for... I would like to extend my most heartfelt apology that this is how you have to find all of this out. But the fact of the matter is, your son, Camden Gerard Davis, has been victimizing hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of murders.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot, but
started to like direct your chat to tell them to go reach out to the mom and to the brother to find out information about.
I want to know if these people are real. That's all I really want to know right now. Are these people even real?
Camden, is that's true, right?
I guess so.
You don't have any proof that they're even involved, right?
Correct. Thank you all for joining the stream and participating in this conversation. We'll see you probably never again.
And when people ask,
I like how that horrible video still made better chat revenue. That chat revenue is still better than my entire channel's month.
why his serious allegations were so over-dramatized and hard to understand, this was his answer.
What even is this?
So, the MamaMax universe was a cautionary tale that takes place in a dystopian future where child predators have seized global power.
What? Okay, so is this the part that's fake in his videos?
Exploiting the digital landscape to entrench their rule. Rising from the ashes of a society that failed to protect its most vulnerable, the children emerged. A covert network of vigilantes inspired by the style of Hotline Miami. Once victims, they are now...
Okay. Is he obsessed with shows like Hotline Miami? And he's like, yeah, I can do this on YouTube. Is that what happened? Is this how this started?
Hunters of the monsters who hurt children. They form a structured rebellion, seeking to dismantle the predatory hierarchy.
Yeah, I'm sure that helped everyone out. Max claims to be advising and...
That means absolutely nothing. Okay. Is he an actual meme now? Of course he is. I just want to know if this person's even, like, are they just some random person on like TikTok, and then this whole group of people are like, yeah, we can totally create a cult around this. I'm so curious to see if this person's real. Like, has anyone actually ever done an actual deep dive into this cult, see if they're actually real, or are they just following what Max has said, which is not very helpful?
Protecting the 8 known victims out of Cameron's hundreds of potential abuse survivors, and yet we know next to nothing about him or really...
The other problem is the 8 known victims are all on a single Discord, right? But there's like 20 or 30 people in that Discord, apparently, and you don't have to have any vetting to get into that Discord. So maybe you have 2 people who might actually be real victims of something, right? Or maybe 8. But there seems to be a lot more people in there that are trolling
them. You can hear some spoken word testimony on a separate YouTube channel that was created by Spencer. Who is Spencer, you ask? A survivor who is now living with MamaMax.
I offered,
yeah, that's not...
because it felt like the...
That's not a conflict of interest right there.
Perfect storm. Like, it felt like, okay, clearly this is happening for a reason. I figured if I can just document the prime subject of my documentary, then why not just have her live with me? And since she needed a home.
Don't worry, he's hoping Spencer will be financially independent soon.
That's not to say it's going to be permanent. I do want to get Spencer.
I was curious to see if Spencer's channel had more subscribers than the 3,000, but she's down to like 2,000. 2,800, so she's lost at least 500 or 600 subscribers. I'll see how many videos she's put up. Oh, she's only got that one upload, though. Oh, no, there's a couple uploads. Just the podcast. Oh, she has shorts up. Okay, that's what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. This just seems like some weird setup to get up another channel up and running. Like somewhere in the drama sphere. But like there is every real chance that some of this is real, but because of the way MamaMax did it, it's almost impossible to tell what's real and what's fake and what is just speculation.
To become independent at some point. We're going to get all our medical stuff done. Basically everything. Like, you need to learn how to drive. We're going to do that.
But for some reason, the strapping young roommates decided to post a 4-hour podcast. Unfortunately for the both of them, the biggest takeaway from that podcast is that Max himself is being investigated by the FBI.
I literally got a card on my front fence from the FBI.
Yeah, that's not how the FBI works. They're not going to just stick a card on your front fence. They're going to investigate you without you knowing. And if they find something, You're going to know because they're going to pick you up for questioning. They're not going to stick a card on your fence. And if they did that, they'd just be like, yeah, we want to talk to you about the annoying phone calls you keep sending us.
They didn't even bother contacting you.
No.
That shows how much more they care about my case than yours.
And Spencer potentially admitted to a crime.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that even happened.
Did you ever recruit?
Yes. So my particular recruitment style, go on Whisper and post about, if you want to join a family dynamic, hit me up on Kick. There was one time he did have me lure.
Wait, was she just admitting to... Okay, it says right there in the bottom. She admitted to luring? Okay. Okay, let's say something did happen to Spencer, right? She literally admitted, though, to also... It's like, what's her name? Remember that girl from Smallville? I forgot her actual name, but she was part of that crazy, high-end kind of cult in, like, the acting sphere for a bit, and they lured a ton of women into it and branded them, and it became some sort of sex cult. Maybe that's what this is, like modeled after. I mean, yeah, it's possible that it's real, but, you know, guess what? I mean, what she just admitted to is basically a felony.
For a girl, like, physically.
That sounds fucking illegal. What?
All right, who's this guy? I want to see his videos.
I lured a girl physically.
We got an Uber and went and picked this girl up from like 30 minutes away from us, and she was like 13 or 14, and he kept trying to convince me to convince her to have sex with him.
Yeah, that's incredibly illegal. What? What is wrong with these people?
I was like, no. Thankfully, her parents got her the next day.
What the fuck?
Me and Kay.
This guy in the bottom corner. Yeah, I'm having his reaction here. I'm like, what is wrong with this?
Are pretty sure
Listen, Max
went over there and he turned.
Don't post this on YouTube. You literally are throwing her under the bus for apparently money.
After I was with my foster parents.
When your victim is going to talk about something where they're potentially implicating themselves.
Yeah, she self-incriminated herself. Not even potentially at this point.
For the crime. I mean, I don't know what age they were at the time, but regardless, like, you should absolutely be seeking legal advice before you even think about bringing this up.
Why this was uploaded at all, I will not understand.
I don't know. It has to be... in Max's mind, it has to be to get it out to as many people as possible, because he's like... He honestly seems to believe that the police would never even bother with it. So why not do it, right? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. They're like, he honestly believes that the police would be like, we're not going to take any action based off of this. The fact that she willingly admitted on a video, which, by the way, becomes actionable evidence that she committed a crime. That's the actual evidence that's here. Oh, God.
If anything, they're creating a defamation case for the man they hope to put in prison. MamaMax has shown...
Well, not even that. That's not just a defamation case. That is definitely a defamation case, but it's also admitting specifically to luring kids in an actual crime irrelevant to that guy.
Chose to make a schizophrenic ARG adventure instead of a detailed allegation video with supporting evidence, so he can help protect and support women.
Yeah, that's a good line there. Schizophrenic ARG adventure. Jeez. Oh, God.
Who put their trust in him.
Honestly, you do understand. If you go to court, they can pull these live streams for court. You do know that, right?
They will. And even if he hides them and deletes them, guess what? They're obviously all over the place now. Because you think people weren't going to re-record this?
We're not going to court, Xylan.
So what are you doing?
What?
Just hunting them down like a deer? Is that what we're doing?
You have to... Okay.
Have you not been listening this stream? So when we reached out to the lawyer, he told us it would not be beneficial to pursue a case against...
If it's not beneficial, it's because you don't have enough evidence. Right? It's because the lawyer's like, you have he said, she said evidence, and that's irrelevant. You need physical evidence. You need video of him saying stuff. You need him in DMs saying stuff. You need him, potential, like police reports of things. If none of that's there, then it's just you just saying stuff that may or may not be true, and we have that's the part of the problem with our system. But there's no real way around it.
Camden Gerard Davis, because he likely does not have substantial assets. So he recommended that.
That's not why you go against him in court, because of assets. That's just a money grab. That doesn't make any sense. You would try to pursue force the police to pursue a criminal case, not a civil case. This should not be a civil case if this is real. You wouldn't go after him for a civil case. That's not how this works. What?
We all go in person.
So you do plan to go to police, right?
Of course.
If you go to police and they say, okay, yay, we're going to go get him or whatever, I don't know, live in a dreamland, whatever you want to feel. Are you going to court after that?
I'm unsure about the entire process. I think.
Who's on the video with Max right now? This person seems sane. They sound familiar from the last video. I think it's the same person.
I think that's the job of the district attorney, but the survivors would likely appear as witnesses.
What bothers me is your answer right there. You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes?
Yeah, that's like the most basic thing to know. It takes you 15 minutes to Google that. In fact, he could have looked it up on ChatGPT, which I'm sure is his lawyer.
How many people have you actually caught?
I've never been to court.
MamaMax claims to have hunted predators for years, but it is more than evident that he has no idea what he's doing, and now his past has begun to come under fire.
Well, I guess the question is like, the next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all of this?
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit.
It's not self-serving. He's a savior. He wants to do a savior complex, or push his savior complex forward. He wants to be always viewed as the good guy, the guy who's solving all the problems. And he keeps saying he's not doing it for money, and maybe in his mind he believes he's not doing it for money. But I don't know. Maybe it's a total grift. Could be a total grift.
If my video comes back up, it did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody.
Was that as a result of your video? Or?
Oh yeah. Did this actually happen? Did he actually get one person arrested? I mean, I guess one person arrested could be a good enough boost for a single channel, but I'm gonna doubt that. I'm gonna say that never even happened. He probably has no clue if that even happened. So. And if the guy was arrested, it may have been a fluke, because it's unlikely a YouTuber was able to do this. And maybe YouTubers could, but I don't know. There's something wrong.
Or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
I'm so sick of having predators that run away like Pablo Sonny, and we don't get them.
Wait, but he just said he was in jail. Okay, obviously he's now lying.
I am investing all of me into you and the survivor, Spencer, because
MamaMax claims he needs help from all of these YouTubers, from, checks notes, Joe Rogan to Anthony Fantano. Yet
you're just blanketing everyone, huh? Anyone who has over a certain amount of subscribers, he needs their help. Okay, I get it.
He refuses to accept any form of criticism with a subject matter that matters, and participants who deserve better.
Look, I want to see this asshole, and if what you're saying is 100% true, I want to see this motherfucker behind bars. But there's a way to present this, there's a way to handle this before you get to that point, right? And that's what we need to be focusing on. That's like where everything needs to be centered on. It is where I'm at, and that's all I really can say about the situation.
I would have really appreciated this like 2 months ago when we first reached out.
We're going to check out Muda's video a little bit later today. We're also going to check out DeOrio's other video, and we're going to jump back into Internet Historian, by the way. Today is a big day for uploads.
I reached out to you and multiple other creators asking for help, and none of you were responsive. I understand y'all are busy.
It's not that they're not responsive. You probably just linked them through a random Twitter thread, and you called them out for a call to action, and everyone's just like, "Oh, this is spam."
Doing your own things. But this is the first time I've ever handled a case of this complexity and magnitude, and that is why I was asking for help. To those of you who are saying I was putting the blame on Muda, I am not. But I do acknowledge that I need help with this case. That was my point. And
The first thing we definitely need to discuss is Max's failures in his current ongoing investigation. And these are failures, by the way.
Wait, what? Okay, here's what you would look like. Okay. What? Okay, I don't know
The
what that
vast
is.
majority of help that Max has been able to provide with his deep skill set and large
Okay,
platform
I'm a little confused
is a
here.
botched social media campaign called #WeAreReal. The reason I cite this as a failure is simple. Nobody knows anything about the cult that Max claims to be exposing. In fact, I've referred to Camden Gerard Davis as Cameron throughout the previous 10 minutes of this video, and I guarantee that most people outside of content creators who've covered the story didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize it. I feel really stupid. I mean, close enough, but okay.
As we've touched on previously, MamaMax has moved in with one of the many girls that he's currently assisting, but records show that doesn't always seem to have been the plan.
I want to actually answer some questions about like why we're doing donations through my Patreon rather than a GoFundMe. That is because I'm contractually obligated to see this case through.
How? How could you have... What? That doesn't make any sense. Just saying that you will see it through doesn't make you contractually obligated. Even if you signed a piece of paper that wouldn't force you to see this through, that doesn't make any sense at all. What are you talking about? And that's not a reason that you would do it through the Patreon. You would do it through the Patreon because then he could control where every dollar went. Without anyone, any checks or balances. Whereas if you went through like a GoFundMe, you would have to, in many cases, prove some of the allegations. I mean, it's not the same as like the guy who did that Kickstarter or whatever. Maybe it was a GoFundMe for the potato salad, but there's at least like some checks and balances with GoFundMe type sites.
And make sure Spencer's taken care of. Spencer's moving over to me in a couple of days, actually, and we're gonna find her own place, and I will be paying for all of it.
Not sure what he meant by contractually obligated, but it sounds to me like Max was planning on getting Spencer a place of her own, but at least right now, they live together. I guess you just can't fake the step survivor atmosphere. But since money was mentioned, just to be clear, in exchange for this person's testimony, Spencer is receiving housing, income from Max's YouTube and Patreon, and also receiving the clout incentive from Max promoting her YouTube channel and placing...
Oh, okay, to be fair, her channel's basically dead. But maybe if she had kept posting videos, maybe. But I'm gonna say that one's a bit of a red herring. It doesn't really matter. Sure, she's got a couple thousand, but most of them were like not. There were just people farming the drama, really. The biggest though one is just housing and money, but the weird part is it's the fact that it's only Max paying for this stuff through his Patreon. That's because he can hide what he does with it because it's just his money to spend how he chooses versus it being tracked in any way.
Placing integral parts of the investigation exclusively over there. This information does not, however, mean that Spencer is lying. What it does showcase is how unethical Max's investigation.
Yeah, everything that happened to her could have actually happened. The problem is Max is an unreliable narrator, which ruins the whole point of this thing.
Investigations have been since day one. If Max sweetening the pot isn't enough for you to get outraged over, I certainly wasn't expecting to find out last week on the MamaMax live stream that before all of this, Spencer was Max's close family friend.
Spencer has known my family.
Well, that just makes this even weirder. So I'm gonna...
Her whole life. Oh no! She was in the same kindergarten class as my sister. Yeah. I don't think y'all understand like the relationship here.
Why would he have never mentioned that she went missing on any of his other channels when he was doing stuff like this before? Because he had stuff in the background, doing, predator, looking for predator stuff in the, but he never ever brought up her missing before, which apparently was common knowledge among their, family circle. So something's not adding up here, right?
My aunt literally knows his mom.
Yeah, like we were friends before we were like actually on a case. Like,
oh no. So just to rip the band-aid off, this is not some stranger that Max is helping out of the kindness of his heart. This is a family friend who's getting a shiny new YouTube channel, some pocket cash to start, and a place to sleep. And for those reasons alone, we could and probably should stop here. Max is not fit to take this case on for Spencer.
And that's assuming this case is 100% real. Now, don't forget, I don't have any background into this, and I'm sure someone else has done a lot more stuff, so maybe this whole thing is real. It's just from an outside perspective, looking in, not really understanding what's going on, it looks like a setup. And this could be one of those tinfoil hat theories where it's just a setup, but it could also be, you know, it could also be real, but just like, you know, being run by someone who has no idea what the heck they're doing when it comes to running an investigation of some kind.
It's not just about Spencer, even though it kind of seems that way. 23 days after Max launched the hashtag #WeAreReal campaign, another survivor named Kai, from what is alleged to be her OnlyFans Facebook page, was begging for $20.
Then where did all that money go? Because I thought Spencer was managing all the money for everyone. I guess the money could be gone. I mean, money does go quickly, depending on how many people there are. But it sounds like only Spencer and Max may have the money.
$20 would, of course, be used for wipes, diapers, and eggs for her 2-year-old child. There are now legitimate concerns to raise about how the funds are being distributed to the survivors. And Max, I want to see a paper trail.
Yeah, I would like to see a paper trail for that. Now, there's a chance that Max just gave them out in lump sums and everyone just burned through the money. So there is that possibility, but without a paper trail, we don't know, and it's just going to be speculative.
To support this effort, all donations received in October via our Patreon will be allocated for this legal process. All additional funding will be used to film this story.
So just to be clear, guys, the money is going to make more of these amazing videos and not to little kids who need diapers.
Where's the donations going towards? Not that I doubt it won't be going to a good cause for survivors. It's going to the legal case. Spencer is handling all the money.
Oh no.
I am sending it to her.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. If anything, it should be set up in some sort of trust where everyone gets a certain amount of money per, week or month or whatever. There's something wrong here.
She is the financial manager.
Or at least Max should be managing the money because it's coming in through his account.
Of the legal case.
Oh no. Why is one of the victims in charge of all of the money? Why are you not in charge of all of the money? Ethical complaints and money trails aside, I've already told you Max's videos on Camden are hard to follow. I've showed you an example of how Max responds to criticism as well. Now let's take a closer look at the actual content made for this investigation. Max has released a total of 3 main channel videos on the subject matter of the hashtag #WeAreReal campaign. The first of which is titled Brainwash Your Favorite Influencer Trigger Warning.
Welcome to your programming. Kindly send this video to your favorite influencer.
About a third of this 10-minute video is a criticism of cult psychology, and not
while also apparently doing cult-like things. Okay.
Even the actual issue. Only a few minutes of the video is dedicated to both Camden and Spencer, and 1 full minute of the video is Max begging for shoutouts from large YouTubers and social media icons. The second video is longer, 25 minutes, and it's predominantly a response by Max to his critics.
Your profile picture already speaks volumes about where you're coming from.
In it, Max complains about the first video bombing, and he bitches about the creators who won't drop it.
Who cares if another creator doesn't promote your video? What? That's not how YouTube even works. Most people don't have time to vet every video anyway. They would have to go and watch your videos, and even your friends are not going to be vetting your videos because guess what? They have other things they need to do in life, like work on their own channels.
Everything at a moment's notice and cover the all of 0 evidence he's distributed thus far for the Camden cult.
We proactively reached out to many different reaction channels.
Okay, so here's the thing about reaction channels, and this is actually pretty important because I am a reaction channel. We can only react to what's on screen in front of us. If we watch a video and it's just absolute trash, a lot of us will react to it. Having said that, there are a lot of channels within the commentary channel community that are not direct. While they are reaction channels, they're a different type of reaction channel. They focus on actual evidence, and they will do deep dives into getting more of that evidence. And then they'll talk about that. So they'll have at least a background information of what's going on. Unlike my channel, I can only tell you what's happening in front of me. If I was watching MamaMax's video, I'd be like, what the heck is this? There's nothing here. And the problem with that is, you know, for him, is he's like, well, what do you mean there's nothing here? You're supposed to like go deep down into it, and then you're supposed to like push it further into the algorithm, yada yada yada. But that's not how it works for the majority of reaction channels. We need something. Otherwise, we're just gonna be like, there's nothing here, and then you're gonna get mad at us.
Hoping to pique their interest in engaging with a topic of such grave importance. Yet the very purpose of the video falls short when these creators stop responding.
No, when you don't make a video that's entertaining enough for people to actually watch it. It doesn't even have to be entertaining. It just needs to be actionable in some way.
And choose not to engage. Only a handful out of the tons we reached out to gave any type of feedback whatsoever.
And they probably shouldn't have.
Fun little side note, this is actually around the time that Max reached out to me and sent a psychotically worded threat for not covering.
Let's see here. Platform has the power to end suffering. Believe in your ability more than just a comment. Yeah. Your response or lack thereof will not go unnoticed. Yeah, that's an obvious threat.
Bring the story up until this point. Your silence will not be unnoticed. Well, how'd that end up working out for you, motherfucker? At the 21-minute mark, Max throws Spencer on screen to defend him from criticism.
This video feels very exploitative itself.
Your feelings about the video, without explaining further, are noted. Here's a message from the survivor herself.
Oh no!
Hey everyone, I'm Spencer. I am here to talk today about some of the reactions towards the trailer. What I do not appreciate is people being offended on my behalf.
This is the first example of a pattern of behavior exhibited where Max hides behind Spencer to shield himself from criticism. Please note this now, because we will be coming back.
Yeah, that's one thing Max does is he can't take criticism from what it looks like. He freaks out and makes entire videos about being criticized. I mean, you know, people in my comment section criticize me in the Illuminati drama, and they're like, no, you're wrong here. This is obviously what's happening in the background. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. Going from comedy reactions to this stuff is it's definitely different. But yeah, Max is just way worse when it comes to that, because he just like he's not arguing with people in the comment section like I was. Like, I was talking to a bunch of people, and it was actually pretty entertaining. It wasn't like we were like bashing each other in the comment section. We were actually having interesting conversations, and keep doing that, by the way. But with Max, he'll look at all the horrible like comments in his section, and instead of taking them in stride and like working on a video to make the next video better, he'll go and make a call-out video against those reactions in his comment section and make it so, you know, there's no way that anyone can talk back to him because it's his video yelling and he's yelling at them. There's no way for them to respond in a way. You get it?
Back to it later. Finally, the video ends off with Max retreading a similar story of the allegations against Camden from the video I showed you earlier and in this video.
Hello friends, it's me. Oh, who the heck are you clicking on my video?
Okay. These are all just introductions, aren't they? Where, you know, people are like, let's see how I can do an introduction this time. Let's see how I can change it. Okay, I get it.
Well, let me be the first to welcome you to my channel.
Now, number 3 is a weird one. I've gone back and forth on this, but I think I've settled on it being the worst of both worlds and a Frankenstein version of the previous 2 videos. It's another 20 minutes of weird, edgy cult psychology stuff that really makes Max sound like he read a book and a few Wikipedia pages and now thinks he's an expert. This one contains even less about the actual investigation and notably clickbaited Charlie hard. Like a predator hunter clickbaiting Moist Critical is fucking crazy.
Yeah, so here, you want me to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, that was a That was a messed up situation. But this right here is probably what started the downfall, because a bunch of channels are like, what?
Rubbed me the wrong way. We talked like a month ago about like what he was working on in his investigation, and then apparently when I had COVID, he messaged me a couple times and I never saw it, and now he's taken that as me ghosting him and ignoring his very important mission. I had COVID. I barely used Discord in the first place. It was a miracle I ever even saw his message to begin with. And during that time, apparently it changed his whole framing of the video in order to make it like a Trojan horse of cancel critical, because he didn't respond to my
That was seriously one of the stupidest parts of this whole thing.
Messages and ghosted me.
And for what? To just keep crying that nobody gives your case a free clout transaction?
He still had 200,000 views. That's great. Even with how terrible the concept is.
In response to the criticism he got, Max ended up changing the clickbait to Sniper Wolf instead, which I guess is better for some reason because, well, she's liked less. I guess it's a little better because he doesn't just imply she's a predator like he did with Charlie. It's still weird in my personal opinion, though. Alongside those 3 videos, we also have the 4-hour podcast that I previously mentioned.
Oh,
and it
yeah, that
contains
was
entirely
crazy.
spoken word testimony and currently lives exclusively on Spencer's personal YouTube channel. This is the most information we've gotten about Camden's supposed actions thus far, and it contains nothing actionable that a content creator can use as a foundation for a video. Finally, there were the main chat.
See, that's the biggest problem. It's all he said, she said stuff, and you know, stuff that she was saying that that should be actionable because, you know, it happened to her. Well, the problem with that is, even if it did happen to her, there's no proof aside from what she was saying on that video, which you're like, okay, well, how do I turn this into another video to push it further? You can't. You can't just like repeat the same thing over and over again.
Channel live streams, and these are by far the worst of the bunch. Much of the same spoken word testimony exists here. Much of the same poor response to criticism exists here. It's also much of the same in terms of complaining about YouTubers not signal boosting him. But the variable here is that he brings in all of Camden's victims and makes them watch as he debates random people.
I did want to start off with this. As you can tell, I'm very autistic, and I just want to let you guys know that if I slip up and say the R word, I have the pass. So just so we're all clear on that.
All right. I'm sure this was the productive discussion these survivors envisioned when you told us they wanted to be on the live stream. I'm sure it's what they needed to prove their legitimacy. The constant deflection and usage of survivors.
Please tell me you did not just say that ChatGPT can give good legal advice. I mean, so let's see. January 13th, this would be ChatGPT either 2.5 or 3, so absolutely not. It could never have given good legal advice because at that point, it was giving random, like, crazy answers, which is funny because a few lawyers were actually in trouble and got almost disbarred in certain cases. One might have been disbarred for using ChatGPT as a legal brief, or as part of their legal briefs, and it was just making up cases that weren't real. So yeah, you probably shouldn't have used it as a legal source. Now, the new version of ChatGPT was 4. It's fully connected to the internet. It might be more useful now in this regard as good legal advice. But even then, I would just use it as a test for legal advice, and then you call an actual lawyer to make sure that it's not crazy. Because, geez, that's pretty bad.
Meat shields is also a much more predominant issue on these live streams.
There's a way to present this, there's a way to handle this before you get to that point, right? And that's what we need to be focusing on. That's like where everything needs to be centered on. It is where I'm at, and that's all I really can say about the situation. But Max, me and Nux told you about this weeks ago, almost a month at this point. Exactly what I just said right now.
Right, and I am working at my platform is for the survivors. And if they want to stream, that is what we're going to do. We're going to stream.
The nature of live content is inherently volatile. Everyone knows this.
Okay, so Xylee is apparently another commentator channel, I guess. Is that the one who had like the purple logo, and she was asking about, if if they were going to actually, if he didn't understand how the lawsuit would work in the beginning. I think that was her.
At any moment, you could say something stupid, and now it exists online in some capacity forever. I imagine you're now wondering why anyone in Max's position would want to take civilian abuse.
Mentions an extreme, covert legal threat. Oh, jeez.
Survivors and subject them to such scrutiny. I mean, they're building a case to get Camden prosecuted, right? Well, actually, as of late November, an entire month after the hashtag...
Guess what? All these videos, if anything, if they actually took Camden to court, it would help Camden. It wouldn't do anything to put him away for any amount of time, because it's the biggest thing is it would put Spencer in a very difficult position to where she could be arrested because of she literally admitted to a crime.
We Are Real campaign started, it sounded like we were gearing up for a civil case, or at the very least, no one was interested in getting police involved.
When's the last time that any of this has been brought to any authorities like the FBI or police?
Probably about 3 years ago.
3 years. So you guys, now that you guys have this, and
they do know there's these things called statute of limitations, right? I mean, yeah, some places make it, have extended it and whatnot, but why haven't you guys gone back to the police more often? I mean, just because you have one officer that doesn't take you seriously doesn't mean they all won't take you seriously. You can still file multiple reports.
how long have you guys been sort of talking to MamaMax, or how long have you guys all been talking?
For like 2.5 years.
Well, now that you guys are sort of getting a case...
Then did MamaMax say that the police were useless? Is that what happened here? Because that doesn't make sense.
Together, don't you think it'd be a better idea to, before the video, to give it to the authorities again, now that you're like all together and you can sort of go as a collective to the police?
I mean, we could have done that, but at the same time, with
No, you should have done that if this is real.
the track record that we've already seen, it just...
No, because at the beginning, if it's one person, they're not going to believe that you're in a werewolf cult. But if you have 8 people who believe that they were in a werewolf cult, they're going to take it a little bit more seriously, okay? The first one, they're going to think it's a hoax.
Didn't really seem realistic without having more of us survivors.
8 is enough. You had 8. That's enough.
To do this.
Yes, I feel the urgency of the matter requires all of us to start bringing the survivors together. I don't want to wait for the bureaucracy of law enforcement to take their time.
You guys don't have a choice, though. If law enforcement doesn't act correctly in, like, how detectives actually work, guess what? You can't use it in a case in court no matter what. That's not going to work.
And it's already been 7 years with multiple reports. Like, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so here's the problem. That let's say Spencer makes the report, right? And she continuously keeps making the report, but she keeps making the same report, and they just keep tacking on here. This person may have schizophrenia or whatever, just some sort of mental condition, right? They're not going to, it's just going to keep going. You have to have it from multiple people in order for this to be something that's going to be actually actionable in this case. Because unfortunately, this isn't like, was it Maxim or whatever the heck that stupid cult was? It isn't exactly like that, where you're involving a lot of high profile people here, where you're going to be automatically taken more seriously off the bat. It's the fact that you're talking about a supernatural cult, and that's part of the problem.
And that's also why we're taking them to court as well, because this is absurd.
Yeah, you heard that right. At the time of this stream, they had been working on this case for years and didn't think it was worth looping in authorities in any capacity.
Yeah, that's not a great idea.
The last time cops even saw the Spencer case was well before she looped in MamaMax. While by all accounts this clip is absolutely unhinged, it is worth noting that Max said the exact opposite in his most recent live stream.
Oh.
In fact, I've already played you this clip.
So when we reached out to the lawyer, he told us it would not be beneficial.
Yeah, okay. That means someone's lying, most likely. They're starting to get tripped up on their words.
To pursue a case against Camden Gerard Davis because he likely does not have substantial assets. So he recommended that we all go in person to report him to the police station that is in his jurisdiction.
Well, now that you guys are sort of getting a case together, don't you think it'd be a better idea to, before the video, to give it to the authorities again?
Yes, because the problem is once you release this video, it can actually be used against you in court.
And now that you're like all together and you can sort of go as a collective to the police.
So he recommended that we all go in person to report him to the police station that is in his jurisdiction.
This means that after all the videos, streams, and podcasts were filmed, uploaded, and reacted to, Max finally went to a lawyer who basically told him his entire plan for these women completely sucked, and now he's dramatically changing course in real
I'd be surprised if he even went to a lawyer. He might even be lying here, but that's just speculation,
time.
of course.
Once again, Max is unfit to be spearheading a case of this size.
I designed this trailer as a catalyst for meaningful discussions, laced with hidden layers and nuanced elements to encourage in-depth analysis. These secrets are breadcrumbs that...
He probably wouldn't fine if he would just gone on with vague, random videos over the next... 10 years or so. He could have kept posting just things that gave just enough doubt to where the people would just kind of like be like, yeah, this is something we want to get behind, but we don't need to worry too much about if it's accurate or not, kind of stuff.
Guide viewers toward a deeper understanding of these.
Can somebody just show us what he did? Since this situation was so poorly handled, there are still things I'm leaving out just to make the video watchable. But like, why would he change his channel name to God Cult? I'm sorry, I didn't mention that.
After consulting with multiple experts in cult psychology, it became clear to me
Did he actually talk to these people?
that many influencers employ cult-like techniques to build and retain
It sounds almost like he just stripped those videos from and put them in his video.
their audiences. For this reason, I chose to brand the channel as God Cult.
Like, for his big investigation, he made all of the video metadata unrelated to the subject matter, and he's begging us to take him seriously? Because all that accomplished was making sure his main subscriber...
It's not even just seriously. It's asking all of us to take him, basically everything he says is true.
subscriber base didn't see his big video. In reality, most people probably thought they were subscribed to a YouTuber who was hacked. And this misstep was not just a direct contributing factor, it is the reason his video bombed. Instead of realizing this and course correcting, the narcissistic man-child in charge blamed literally everyone else in this situation while acting like he's God's gift to abuse survivors.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
In the same breath.
I had hoped that influencers, especially those who've interacted with my content before, would step up. Unfortunately, it seems that self-preservation outweighs child welfare.
No, they wanted proof, you idiot.
For most influencers.
For someone who claims to be so righteous and humbly asking busy YouTubers for support, imagine my shock when Muda and I sat down with Max, only to be berated by both him and Spencer for not doing more.
Yeah, why are you putting it all on me?
Because it's your case!
The one bringing it. Why are you
Absolutely.
The problem here is Max just didn't want... He just wanted to start it, and then he wanted it to be taken over by the big stuff so he didn't have to put his name behind it.
I am the first one.
You are the only one! You haven't convinced anyone to come on board yet!
And then once you got everyone else on board, then you could claim credit for everyone.
You haven't convinced exactly.
That's because you haven't been listening to them.
That's because you haven't been giving anybody anything to work with!
Like this for months.
Yeah, and I've had a 2-hour long call, and I'm
Muta,
not moving anywhere close to the situation.
Muta, why can't you take initiative to talk to other survivors?
Well, I'm talking to you right now more than anybody else.
And mind you, this is after Max broke Muta hard.
Because YouTubers are not professional journalists. They're just people who have generally dropped out of college or high school.
trust by using Mudahar viewing evidence privately and signing an NDA so he can't discuss what he saw as like a clout transaction so the audience will believe the evidence exists.
We have evidence in a Discord server.
With other influencers as well.
Yes, you can ask Mudahar if he's seen some of the evidence.
This is like beyond messed up. Here's a prime example of Max using Spencer as a human shield.
Well, I'm asking why you did not directly contact me, but contact us only in public streams.
Let's see, I contacted you November 27th. Max, I've seen your latest
Spencer?
video. I've caught up with this whole situation. I have texted you.
What it felt like seeing him on streams?
You went on with Tommy and Lyrics and are sitting there talking to them when you literally haven't spoken to the other survivors.
Hold on, can you put Max on for a second?
I'm right here.
That was snaky as fuck, dude. Oh, I'm coming after you, Mudahar. Stand back, stand back. Spencer, can you tell him what you felt? You are literally just a little snake hiding behind her, dude. That's disgusting.
Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me?
Max is upset that Muda is going against him and flinging Spencer.
I don't know. There's a chance though that they're in this together, and this is some weird grift. But it's also a possibility that this is an actual thing. Don't forget, I'm coming in with only the information from the last video and this one, so keep that in mind.
At him like a rag doll. Since you already know about the leaked recordings, you should also probably know about the nature of Max's evidence and how Max has come to his conclusions that he's expressed about Camden Gerard Davis.
Well, I addressed him as a cult leader and sexual predator because that's how he has been described by the survivors.
Okay, but what evidence is there? Is it just them talking?
And even testimonials themselves serve as evidence in a court of law. So to me, that is...
They do if there's other physical evidence to back it up. It can't be only spoken word of mouth. Otherwise, anyone could randomly walk up to some random person on the street and then attempt to sue them for literally anything. So, like, now you can technically drag their name through the mud if you accuse them of something heinous, even without any actual evidence. But you're going to have to prove that to actually get them arrested in a lot of ways.
All of the evidence I need to say this man is a sexual predator and cult leader.
So you're saying the allegation in and of itself is the evidence?
I'm sorry?
So you're saying the allegation in and of itself is the evidence?
It was everything. It was...
That is incredibly risky to do that way. Because if you're wrong, that's a slam dunk defamation case. And it's like the worst kind of defamation case.
The evidence that was already there, it was the amount of them, it was the consistency of their testimonials, and it was...
The problem, though, they were all in their own Discord and effectively a hug box. So what happens is when a lot of people are within... Even pick a comment section that's highly divisive in any commentator channel or whatever. Everyone is going to keep perpetuating the same thing over and over again until the story shifts a little bit, and then it's going to shift again, and then it's going to shift again, and that gets very messy very quickly.
Like you see the fallacy in that. Like imagine if I said, Max, you're a rapist, and Nick was to say, oh well, that's a statement of fact because Muda made this statement, and that.
You don't have to say Muda made this statement. Say 5 girls said it.
Yeah,
because that's what happened.
Well,
oh right. Wait, what? Okay,
5 girls said it.
Yes,
you.
After they were in a group chat together for 3 months.
Oh, right, there's a Magnetar video.
After changing their allegations.
Wait, I'm sorry. What group chat are you in? The evidence server with all of the girls?
There is evidence in there. It's not...
That was a literal hypocrite statement from MamaMax. That makes no sense at all. So he was accused by five women apparently of horrible things, which is interesting because let's say they were lying. Okay, let's say for whatever reason Max says is right and they were lying. Well, they would have hyped themselves up inside of this Discord server, right? Saying, potentially embellishing a bunch of stuff. But let's say they're also telling the truth. Well, why isn't he in prison?
Just them plotting to take down
But there was
Camden.
evidence in the other one too, right?
Yeah,
you did go on her Facebook and
DeOrio is making a lot of good points right here.
post the self-harm stuff. You did
like all those social media messages and stuff like that, that was you, right? Be it not the most important part of the story, clearly, but like it's not like they just lied about you.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. He's just feigning ignorance. If anything, there's any sort of criticism against him or any allegations against him, he's just like, sorry, I don't remember that actually happening. That never happened.
Were like the social media part where you put like the self-harm video on Haley's thing. That was real, correct?
Oh, yes, that was real.
Oh man, allegations or evidence. Our professional P-word hunter has gone to the same law school as Flamenco. Yes, your ears do not deceive you. A man who himself has been accused of abuse by 5 of his former friends and exes. Max...
Yeah, that alone paints a picture where he is so unreliable as any sort of narrator that what how did his channel get this big? How did people just blindly ignore all the other things?
Believes that spoken word testimony is more than enough to make the claims he's made here. This justification has been used to dox Camden's mother and swing his audience of rabid abuse survivors in her direction. According to Spencer, Camden's mother had absolutely no knowledge of Spencer living in her home for the entirety of the
How big is this home?
4 months she was there. According to Spencer, Camden does not even live with his mother currently. There is no acceptable excuse why Camden's family was doxxed and maliciously targeted by MamaMax.
Oh, that's just the internet for you.
While discussing this case, there have also been real concerns at who Max refers to each time he talks about lawyers.
Okay, so look at what I just sent you.
Yeah, you sent me a chat GPT.
Oh, God. So it is chat GPT. Yes, testimonials from multiple people can count as evidence in court if there's other evidence to back it up.
T-prom, not a fucking legal definition.
I mean, we can argue legal semantics all we want.
No, that's the most important thing here. None of these YouTubers will put themselves in this position without any actual evidence. And random people speaking on the internet is not going to help you in this case. They need actual physical evidence that this is happening. This is not like you're out in the middle of the street and 20 people witness someone running a car into a telephone pole, and then all of a sudden the telephone pole magically disappears and there's nothing there anymore. That's not how that works.
We're not arguing semantics. We have to look at exact definition, Max. You're going in with evidence that can't be 100% corroborated. You're going in with allegations as an evidence.
Why are we talking to your lawyer, ChatGPT, right now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
You know, if I make a video on this, this is what I have to work with. How do you honestly think I can take your side? Logically, if tomorrow I was like, oh, where's Max getting his legal definitions? Oh, ChatGPT. Well,
ChatGPT understands the legal system.
Oh, God. Lawyers don't even understand ChatGPT making shit up in the legal system.
While I fully believe that MamaMax is speaking to legitimate lawyers in some capacity, sending us something like this to explain his position is absolutely absurd, and I find it funny.
I don't know if he's actually talking to real lawyers. Maybe there's updates and he was, but geez, this
that he
sounds
wants
wrong.
us to take him seriously. Quite possibly the biggest bombshell in regard to the Camden case, and no, shockingly it wasn't the allegations or evidence thing, is that MamaMax hasn't even seen all of his own evidence yet.
Holy
You are putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. That's what you said. You said you only verified Spencer's evidence. You didn't even properly analyze.
So none of the other evidence was verified by any of the other survivors? Oh my God.
Or timeline the evidence of the other victims. That's not putting words into your mouth. That's literally repeating.
Can you allow me to clarify then?
Sure, clarify this, please.
I am in the server where they are posting evidence. Not all of them have walked me through what the evidence is as to what the context is.
Okay. So you can't verify the evidence then?
What does that mean? I can't.
You have to verify it's real. How do you verify it's real if you don't? Okay, never mind. He's an idiot.
You can't verify if what they're posting is legitimate.
You can fake screenshots. Oh my God. It's not hard.
Means that there's a much larger issue here. Not only do we have no idea what's going on,
But
it seems
he
like
has no idea.
you don't know what's going on.
I do know what's going on. I don't know the complete story.
You're the complete story. That's your job, just to get the complete story out there.
You should have made a video only when you had the complete story out. even if it was fake, at least then it would have been decent drama. But holy crap, this is putting a lot of people's lives potentially in a lot of danger.
Understand how crazy this sounds?
That is what we are working on.
Why did they come to you? I don't understand.
Literally
You
anyone
clearly
else.
have never done anything like this before.
And that is why I've been asking for help, Nick.
Why the hell did you make a statement of fact calling somebody a pedophile when you couldn't even properly walk?
Because to him, statement of fact is irrelevant. He can just make an allegation and call it a fact. And if it's not a fact, it's just an oopsie, right?
Are we gonna keep arguing this?
Yes!
Yeah, we are. We have
the
to
most
keep
important
arguing it
part.
because you clearly don't understand the ramifications of what you're doing to this case.
Because you're setting it up for the guy who potentially, like, molested and abused tons of women to take the money you've given these victims
what?
in court in a civil case.
I'm going to tell
Yeah, that would be a total defamation case, and he would totally lose just based off of just random accusations, especially if it can't be proven.
you right
Oh my
now,
God.
I actually believe the victims. I think that there is some malfeasance involved, but how you've handled this case and how you've been doing this call so far,
Well, I guess Muda has a little bit more faith in this guy than me.
you know who has a grounds to sue you? You know who has some credibility to win now? It's Camden.
Not only is this
Because
guy not going to go in jail, you're going to end up paying him, bro. You're going to give him
And sir,
money.
do you want to read what you read to me earlier?
Yeah, this case is a shit show. It feels like every single answer creates 10 more questions, but what I refer to as an unacceptable negligent failure on the part of MamaMax, some others might try to dismiss as mistakes or being in over his head. So
No, this is absolute negligence. You can't... if this was just like a little like side little thing and had nothing to do with actual potential victims here, then I would say, oh yeah, it was just a mistake. Move on, But this sounds way worse when you actually think about it.
So we're gonna have to go deeper, which is fine for me, because these things are usually 4 to 6 feet deep anyways.
Corpse, I know you
Oh,
have
yeah.
nothing
I forgot
to
about
do
this.
with this, but with all of your power, influence, and the favor you
Is Corpse Husband a really big channel?
owe me, I just couldn't help myself.
Is it Corpse or Corpse Husband? Or are they two separate channels and two different people? That I don't know.
Remember when you reached out after years
Okay, I guess
of not
Corpse is a
speaking
different
to me
person.
while I was at the hospital tending to my sick girlfriend, and you kept trying to rush me home to do you a huge favor. So how about you do me the fucking favor this time and
Okay, so there's two different people. There's Corpse and Corpse Husband, I think.
talk about something besides yourself for once? It will give you a good look.
I legitimately have
Or they're the same person. I don't
no
know.
idea why people are surprised. This guy literally does this every single year. He does weird shit like this every single year. This was another video about predators. Max clout begging is not something new for this case. In reality, Max has been doing this for years in his stupid fake voice. In fact, a lot of the creators he had on board jumped ship after the hashtag #PickAside YouTube.
Right, because he lied to them about what the actual video was going to be about, and that was a huge issue.
Fiasco just last year.
Susan Wojcicki, stop fucking lying to us every time you have to give a statement. Either do something good for this site once in your fruitless life,
Wow.
or step the fuck down.
Surprised she would have just deleted his video outright of just because.
Dude, I think that's why she quit. You got him.
Oh,
Can we talk about the YouTube controversy? Is it the whole pick a side thing? I said this about the last thing he did. I think that's the absolute worst way of going about anything ever.
Look, Max being a cringy clout demon is already common knowledge for most, and not really worth investigating further for this video. I just wanted to point this out for newcomers. The real tea on Max's history is related to his previous investigations. Since Max is representing at least 8 survivors.
Yeah, I want to know about this one. Did Pablo Sonny actually get put in prison based off of what Max did, or no?
Currently, how many predators has Max put away in the past?
Is there any proof
There we go.
or evidence that MamaMax has not just got anyone charged or prosecuted? Is there any proof that he's even got anyone arrested?
Yeah, this guy's smart. What the heck? Why hasn't anyone ever really, I guess maybe a lot of people have check to see if he's actually done anything, but I don't know.
Can see.
Well, 2 years ago we spoke, and he claimed a man by the name of Pablo Sonny was arrested.
I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in
Okay, so he claimed he got someone arrested, but that doesn't mean shit.
police custody.
Was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. I don't know if the police asked him to come back, or he went on his own volition, or they forced him to come back. I don't know any of those details. I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
That's all well and good, but Max has been doing this for 5 years, and one single arrest is not really substantial. We also don't really know what happened to that.
Oh yeah, that's how that mega folder is crazy.
That guy. Hardly a success story, wouldn't you say? The main takeaway that I want people to understand is that we don't know how many predators Max has even caught. Look, people can test this, but unfortunately, we just don't know. We don't have proof of how many predators Max has caught.
I mean, probably none.
Do you think that MamaMax has any arrests? Like, do you think he's ever actually gotten a predator arrested?
I have no idea. Obviously, you're going to say no, right?
You were in one of his videos, right? Like, he had you in a video.
Yeah.
Had you ever, like, watched his content before you agreed to that?
A little bit, but it was pretty hard for me to get through, honestly.
In one of Max's Predator expose videos, the Discord Max infiltrates, quote unquote, isn't real. He created it with footage to
Okay, that's not good.
Tell his story.
Which basically forced my hand into joining these closed-off communities where they can easily get to me.
So basically, he says he's in this roly-poly's Nanakarobi Yoki, but this is his server that he's set up. He's the admin or mod for this server because you can see he's got the cog icon.
Ooh, that's not good. So how much of this stuff is just fake then? Do we know if any of this is real?
Go to your Discord. If you go to a Discord, you see you won't have that if you're not an admin or moderator. But that means that that's your server. You're the admin. You've set that up.
That's
and the
true.
thing is, what people would argue is like, oh well, but you know, he's doing that because he's doing it for the sake of the video. And it's like, okay, well, where's the evidence that he did this thing?
Well, then he would have. If let's say he was let's say he was a part of that thing in the first place, he would be taking screenshots every few seconds. Why didn't he take any screenshots? And if he didn't, then I find it hard to believe that any of that's real.
That he's claiming that he did, joining this server and putting, you know, he's out here claiming that he's putting himself in danger.
So now it's just up in the air at how much of Max's Predator allegations are actually real. Sure, this detail is largely inconsequential to the story and may appear to just be me reaching. I like to call it laying the groundwork, but nevertheless, we don't know how much of Max's content he's willing to fake. We just don't know. But it
doesn't matter. If he's faking any of the content, it's a problem, because then you can't tell what's real. Because if any of it's real, if almost all of it's real, none of that matters if even one part is easily faked and known to be faked. That's a problem.
Last one is the real damning thing here. A long Reddit post went up that piqued my interest recently. Calm down, H-Bomber guy. I'm gonna credit the dude. Maximum Platypus 69 raised a lot of interesting questions about multiple MamaMax previous videos. Remember, if you think we're reaching, this guy hunts predators. There should not be this many questions about things he might have faked in the video. But the one
that's the biggest problem, because then the question is, did he catch any of them, or was it all faked?
stood out to me was Max's video on IMVU.
I find the agonizing screams of hundreds of my children pleading for justice after their abuse on IMVU. I hear you, and you will go through this alone no more. We will help you.
I wonder if he's faked those emails.
If you don't know, IMVU is a 3D avatar social networking application. In this video, Max claimed a user named Casey was exploited by Pablo Sonny. Yes, if you've been paying attention, Pablo Sonny is also coincidentally the only predator that Max was able to get arrested. He claimed it was because of this video. The Reddit poster takes issue with a story of a victim named Casey, whose only friend on IMVU was Pablo. Max claims to have reverse image searched Casey's Naruto profile pic to a
What? No, that's not how reverse images... What? No. That could never have worked like that. That is absolute bullshit. There is no way that would have worked like that.
YouTube channel.
No. That is not how that worked, because that would have pulled up millions of potential pictures. That's absolute garbage. Max had to have just set this channel up at some point, or bought a channel. He could have bought a channel. That actually would have been easier. Just buy a few-year-old channel.
On this YouTube channel, Max claims he miraculously got access to...
Okay, nope, it's even worse. There's no way. By hacking into it, that's absolute garbage. Just randomly guessing random passwords from this? No.
Casey's unlisted videos
And I like how it's called Casey. Like the... Okay.
posted. I don't think I have to tell you this, but that's really convenient. And I'm going...
Yeah, that's not just convenient. That's absolutely... like a 1 in a trillion, unlikely.
To tell you anyway, we are currently approaching Dream's Minecraft world record Ender Pearl.
There we go. That's what it is.
On this Predator investigation. But don't worry, there's more. On her account, there was a video titled, "This is where you raped and killed me," that showcased a bloody white sheet in the woods. Maximum Platypus 69 correctly pointed out that the vast majority of Max's abuse survivor audience interpreted this as Casey either being deceased or taking her own life, following the unlisted video's release. Max would respond later in a Q&A, and it was really awkward.
Is there an update on Casey? Can you talk about how you got into the account or how you found it? Yeah, that's a bit much.
I can't talk too much about Casey. I don't know what I can and can't say. I will tell you that yes, she's okay. That's
okay. There's no way that's all real then. That had to be a fake. Okay, there's so much wrong with that.
all I'm gonna say.
Oh, thank God. I didn't even know that. Holy shit. That's something I wanted to actually jump in VC with you about at some point.
Yes, but
thank God.
I'm gonna stop talking about it. There's a lot I want to say about it, but I can't.
He's like, I can't because I don't remember what exactly we were talking about. Yeah.
We'll respect her privacy too. We'll respect the secrets for now. Thank you, Max, for that very relieving update.
So apparently, Casey is alive, but many have pointed out that aside from Max's spoken word testimony, if you will, there is no concrete proof that Casey ever existed.
There's a lot of messed up things with that that YouTube profile. It's pretty much, there's no way it's not fake.
Like, at all. Like, at the time of Max's upload, Casey's accounts were deleted. Look, it's one thing to recreate a piece of media to tell a full story.
How would Casey's accounts be deleted, you know? Did you delete them, MamaMax? Because that doesn't make sense. Because, you know, these were dead channels, right?
Of what really happened, and it's another to create an entire human being and plop them down in an active Predator investigation because you're a filmmaker.
But what was the cost?
I want to know who that follower is.
A teenage girl, known only as the moniker KC157434, takes her own life after being groomed and raped by a man she met on the platform.
Is this girl Casey even a real person?
Probably not.
He claims in his video that he found her no subscriber YouTube channel through a reverse image search.
That's not possible. Especially since it's a random Naruto pick. It'd have to be something unique, and that's not a unique pick.
Using her profile picture on the game IMVU, where he then hacked this girl's YouTube channel and found an unlisted video called "This is where you raped and..."
Yeah, there's no way this happened. This is him taking creative liberties and saying that, oh, it's supposed to be, you know, taken as real, but it's definitely fiction.
Which is a video that shows assumingly Casey filming the site of her rape and has bloody sheets and a pillow in the middle of the woods. So if the narratives are fake, you not only lied about her death, but also that she was raped too, and made up this whole Batman ARG fake story that you had hackers behind the scenes get into her YouTube channel and find.
Yeah, I mean, and that would be agreeing, by the way, if he had hackers get into her channel. That would be basically admitting to a crime as well, by the way.
And this secret encrypted unlisted video that she uploaded days before, like, herself. This is nuts.
Take a look at the post. I'll link it down below. While I will say the OP's evidence is fairly compelling, much like the other 3 allegations I have just levied, there is unfortunately no concrete proof that Max is lying or faking anything.
That's true. There is no proof that he's lying or faking anything, but there's a lot of suspected allegations here.
Anything. But what if there was? What if this entire segment was just backstory for the biggest nuke that I've ever dropped in my 5 years on YouTube? Oh wait, I forgot. Leaked call.
Oh no. Are you dipping too, Max?
I'm down to keep talking to you if you have more questions.
Don't be fooled now, you haven't seen anything yet. In fact, any of the 3 upcoming reveals in isolation would be career-ending for really any YouTuber in Max's field. I also think what you're about to see will be fairly shocking to his audience of sexual abuse survivors that he's farmed for cash month after month on Patreon.
See, that's where I'm really mad at this. If all these allegations are mostly true, or in one way or another, where's all that cash going?
For that reason, alongside transparency, I will allow the next 8 excruciating minutes to play unimpeded, and I will only rejoin you after Max Striker's reputation has been thoroughly eviscerated. At the 1 minute mark, your mind will be blown. At the 5 minute mark, you'll be thinking it can't possibly get any worse, and around 2.5 minutes later, you'll realize it can, and it is. Enjoy. So
I don't really want to enjoy this part.
Recently, people have been saying that your investigations kind of skew the line between fact and fiction because they're finding things that you've created as context for the video. I think people are pointing to the Discord server that you were an admin of when you were showing it, the lawsuit that you changed the name or whatever. How much of what you do is kayfabe and how much of it is legitimately like live? This is the investigation. Here it is.
So the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements.
Like, I get what he's doing because he wants to make it more, entertaining, more. He wants people to click it because it draws you in, right? But that's not the way to do it for something like this. That's what you would do when you're like, doing like vlogs for travel.
There's multiple reasons. Like, for example, the admin thing on the Discord server, I had to recreate it. Yeah, that was a recreation because I didn't have the originals.
If you didn't have the originals, then there's no point in even showing them because you were supposed to be taking screenshots while you're on them.
The IMVU thing, I wasn't. I don't know why people are saying like it's a film. Like I am presenting it as.
So he's saying that he faked the YouTube channel.
If it were to be real, but I didn't think people would take it as that. Like,
but what you mean? You literally are saying, "Hey, look, So okay, so let me get this straight. He admitted to a crime of having someone hack a YouTube channel, even though the crime wasn't real because it wasn't a real YouTube channel, and he just lied about that. Oh, great! This is just even more confusing now.
You don't think that people are going to think your videos are real?
So that's the thing. So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a people's face and what they're doing.
That is useless. That is completely useless because, oh my God. Because then it makes the rest of it seem fake.
Like, because obviously that's all.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, sorry. I know I said unimpeded.
Was that a? Okay,
what was that from? My bad. Won't happen again.
So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a piece.
So the majority of his videos are fake and all the real videos have fake evidence. Oh, great.
Video's face and what they're doing. Like, because obviously that's all real. And that's why we include like Mega Drive links to show like, this is the full evidence. This is all real.
But the Mega Drive stuff has illegal material in it. So that's also illegal, by the way. Just holding on to that stuff is illegal.
Everything else should be considered fake, whether it's real or not. Like if I'm sending,
everything should be considered fake, even if it's real or not. Oh my God! This video is one where Max, if he was smart in any way, should have just been like, "Yeah, I'm leaving."
Viruses to a people, whether that's fake or real, that's on purpose because I don't want people to know if I'm actually sending viruses to people.
You just admitted, okay, oh my God. even if saying it like that would seem like he's not admitting to anything, that was actually admitting to something.
Because that's implicating myself.
Okay. You just did that.
So I guess the next logical question from there is just asking, because now it's come up saying like, well,
You've never been to court. What have you done? What is the most substantial outcome of a predator hunt that you've done?
Okay, so is this going to talk about the Pablo Sonny thing? See if he was actually ever arrested, or if this was all a lie?
What is the final nail in the coffin? You're like, if you had to go tell somebody, oh, what do you do? What does Max Stryker do? What's your proudest moment?
Honestly, the hunting pedos isn't my proudest aspect.
Okay, then the proudest aspect he has is this weird savior complex to try and help people.
Thing I'm proud of is inspiring those who are CSA survivors to fight back.
I mean, okay, that's not like the worst thing ever, but the way you're doing it makes no sense.
That is my goal.
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know it.
You went on my podcast to tell me that you've got someone arrested and it was because of your video, just to be clear. Would you like to re-answer that question?
I've been emailed stuff like, hey, you got this guy arrested, congratulations.
That means nothing, because that's because of what he said out on his own video, and someone responded by emailing you about that said video. Oh my God.
You went
it's a
on
circle.
and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video.
He's going to be like, yeah, I don't remember, I plead the fifth.
And you told me that 2 years ago.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say.
You could literally pull the video up and show him what he said.
That was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Is he even a real person?
Yes, he did. All we know is that his last location we picked him up from was Mexico.
What?
Whether he fled to the Philippines or not, we don't know.
But you said he was arrested back in Canada or the States or something. He said he was arrested earlier and he came back. What?
No, we just know he has family there, and that's the most likely destination they would go to, just because.
But he was so he was arrested. That was.
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
But oh my God. He literally said in multiple videos though that it was all his video that got him arrested. Oh my God.
Dude, what the
if he was arrested, I have no idea.
Why did you tell me he was arrested? You said Pablo Sonny was arrested and my video did it. Why did you lie to me on my show?
Do you have a clip of that?
Oh my God. Is that it? That has got to be something on someone's stupid soundboard now. Do you have a clip of that?
Yes. It's in something I've been currently editing.
Yeah, send it to me.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. I think there's even a video on YouTube. Actually, can you just jump in the screen share? I'll just pull it over. Because somebody archived it.
I guess I can hear stuff, but I can't see anything.
Perfect. That's all you need, because the visual is a drawing. This is the two clips, contrasting clips of Pablo Sonny.
What is your primary goal? Is that then? There's no. What's your other?
Well, I guess the question is like that. The next getting at is like, okay, so you want to enact this change. What do you hope is the eventual result of your video?
Okay.
Of all this.
So I know there's people out there saying I'm doing it to self-serve. I just want my video back up. I don't give a shit if my video comes back up. It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody, and
I wonder if he's sitting there. That never happened. You guys swapped my voice in for someone else. Oh my God, it's automatic.
Was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video. Right. The video was about IMVU and this one predator. I made it about him and him alone.
IMVU is a game, right? You played the game and you exposed this guy.
Yes.
How did you forget something so important from your own video?
Mind walking me through the chain of events that led from your video to him being imprisoned?
Yeah, so I dropped the video. The end of the video is a call to action. Usually all my videos are a call to action, like find him, and we did.
So in this case, find him meant like you didn't know who he was. You wanted his doc so he could go to jail.
All we had was his face and his voice.
Right.
And out of that, I said find him, and then within 24 hours, we found him. And then I started social engineering all of his friends to give me his information, and they did. And then we pegged him. He fled to Mexico. We found where he was in Mexico.
Wow.
I don't know if the police. He was from Canada, so I don't know if the police asked him to come
as all
back.
terrible people are.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if the police asked him to come back, or he went on his own volition, or they forced him to come back. I don't know any.
Okay, so he's basically just talking out of talking out his ass at this point and lying. Yeah, I like how there's another video down the bottom there from Now Recording called MamaMax is really bad at this.
Any of those details, I just know he went back to Canada and was in police custody for a certain amount of time.
So you lied.
So that was what I was told through Instagram posts when I was in contact with his.
So he just believes anyone who randomly tells him things through random posts. He doesn't go and check. Doesn't go and actually look to see if there are arrest records. What? That doesn't make any sense.
You didn't remember that until I showed you the clip? You didn't remember that, like, this is your biggest crown achievement, that you got a pedophile arrested?
It was like the only thing he needed to remember, right?
I didn't remember the details, no.
That's bullshit.
I just remember he fled to Mexico.
That means
all the police.
That means the only thing that makes sense here is he's a compulsive liar.
Custody shit.
And he totally believes his own
I was
lies.
told. I couldn't verify any of that.
He just got on stream and told everybody it was me. I did it. MamaMax, #1.
Yeah, that's not cool. You can let people know I think that.
Thank you. So that was one of the major points of contention. Last question. This is an ethical question, one of my favorite types of questions. In your previous investigations, what have you done to ensure that the evidence you're passing over to police is sufficient to get, prosecution? And what precautions do you take to make sure it's usable in a court of law?
Let me guess. None. He doesn't even go to the police.
So with Wayne's probably the best one. I mean, we literally had him in a voice call. Like, it's like the Mega Drive. Like, it's literally us saying we're 14 years old. He's saying, yeah, I want to see your pussy. I want to see, I want you to ride me and shit like that. To
what
he thinks is a 14-year-old, and we verified that by.
Okay, so they were like baiting someone, right?
I'm like, I don't know, I'm young. I don't know, I'm only 14. I think that should be sufficient to put him in prison. But the law says otherwise, I suppose, because as far as I know, he hasn't been imprisoned and people have been.
Did you record this call? Did you, could you prove it was him? There's a lot of things missing here from this. Yeah, I mean, ethics would be a
received
problem.
an email that someone was going to talk to the deputy about why he hasn't been arrested. And I'm also actually going to start interviewing police local to me as to why pedophiles don't get arrested, because I know they all want to arrest them.
Yeah, but you need evidence to do so. I mean, what?
It's just the law binds them.
So you've never actually gotten a pedophile arrested?
Not to my knowledge.
So your content is just making fun of pedophiles online?
I suppose, like I said, my biggest...
Wow. This video was way more in depth than the last video. The last video was a nice little overview, but geez, there's so much in these videos that Max just skips over, either fakes outright or pretends to hack. Apparently,
his goal is to inspire survivors to fight back, and if I can do that, then I feel like I've done an adequate.
What's funny is it sounds like he really did come. He started this with good intentions, and it's the same old the road to hell is paved with good intentions kind of nonsense. But Jesus, he just like fell off a cliff at some point.
Adequate job.
So as it turns out, it was never a question of conviction. No wonder Max has never been to court before. In his 5 years of playing dress-up predator hunter, Max was never even able to secure so much as an arrest. As it turns out, all you need to be a distinguished predator hunter on YouTube is to farm inadmissible evidence by pretending you're a minor and sexting those predators.
And the other problem is, aside from that, which is okay, weird. He also used that platform that he built up doing this to accuse other creators he just didn't like anymore.
In fact, let the record show, we can count at least one time Max has sent pictures of his own ass to perverts online so they can record themselves beating off to it. But we can't count at least one time Max has investigated a predator that has led to an arrest.
Do we even know what Camden Derard Davis is? I remember him mentioning it in this video somewhere, but I don't remember anything actually actionable about it. So I still have no idea what this werewolf cult is.
Get his name, his personal social media, and above all else, I could not get his face, at least until I sent him a picture of my ass. Oh shit! And yes, that is my actual ass. So why don't you go to Patreon and support me sending my ass to pedophiles?
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Ruining their pitiful little lives after my ass makes them horny enough to send me a picture of their face that I then publish to all of you.
Somebody get this guy's Patreon. We need to fund this operation more. So just to clarify, the vast majority of Max's content is fake. He's flabbergasted that you stupid viewers thought it was real. He's also lied about getting arrested to try to bolster his credibility in the past, and he can't even keep his story straight now. Finally, when asked what he does,
yeah, that's not a good sign for his
to
channel.
make sure his investigations are ethical and could lead to prosecution, Max more or less confirms that he's a content vigilante with no ethical framework for serious stories. I hope now it's become evident why he responds so dramatically to the slightest criticism. Max is a liar. Max is a con artist. And now
And if everyone believes that he, is a con artist and a liar, then all his money train's going to dry up.
Everyone knows it.
Is there a single person that MamaMax can point to that he can claim conclusively was arrested as a result of one of his investigations and reports?
What I want to know.
Have you ever gotten someone arrested?
If I have, then I don't know.
If you actually watched his other videos, like the one on IMVU, he tried to do the exact same thing.
Because it's a scam. Because it's a scam.
Tommy, did you know that he claims he got one person in jail, but he won't reveal their identity?
Yes, because it's a scam.
Thank you, Tommy C. That's actually accurate. We should watch some of Tommy C stuff.
MVU thing, I wasn't. I don't know why people are saying like it's a film. Like I am presenting it as if it were to be real.
The problem is you told everyone that it's real. That's the problem. You may have told everyone by omission, basically lying by omission in this case, but a lot of people believed it was real, and that was the biggest problem of this nonsense, which means anything that Max says after this point, everyone's going to automatically assume it's a lie.
But I didn't
ruin
think
the
people
credibility
would
of all
take it
the survivors.
So I want everyone, when you watch my video, to assume everything is fake, except like when I show a pedo's face and what they're doing.
What bothers me is your answer right there. You've been doing this for 5 years and you don't know how the process goes? How many people have you actually caught?
I've never been to court.
Oh, well then shit, that makes sense then. There you go, folks.
I'm glad
you're a vigilante for views only.
Yep, that's true.
You're a vigilante for views only.
So you've never actually gotten a pedophile arrested?
Not to my knowledge.
So your content is just making fun of pedophiles online?
Which I mean would be fine, I guess. But the problem is he's using that platform to accuse people of being predators with no action. He's not actually making fun of proven predators. He's making fun of people he thinks might be predators with no evidence, which is a huge problem.
Like I said, my biggest goal is to inspire survivors.
It did what it needed to do. The rapist that was in the video is currently in police custody. And it
was that as a result of your video, or was that prior to the video?
Yes, it was because of the video.
You went on and you said, this guy was arrested, it was because of me, it was because of my video.
It's kind of egotistical of me to say that it was my video that did it. I don't know that for sure.
But then you said recently that he fled to the Philippines. So was Sonny ever arrested? Pablo Sonny? Did that ever even happen?
Pablo Sonny? I don't think so. I think he got away.
I'm using you to deflect criticism. I am still getting criticism.
Bruh.
How are they shielding? They're not shielding me from anything. I am still getting criticism.
People have been playing that card for so long. I use survivors to shield from criticism. I've never shielded myself from. I almost always just get criticism. Well, I'm asked.
Yeah, but okay, never mind. It's like talking to a brick wall with that guy, isn't it?
Why you did not directly contact me, but contact us only in public streams.
Max, I've seen your latest video caught up with this whole situation. I have texted you.
What it felt like seeing him on streams.
You went on with...
Hold on, can you put Max on for a second?
I'm right here.
That was snaky as dude. Oh, I'm coming after you, Mutahar. Stand back, Spencer. Can you tell him what you felt? You are literally just a little snake hiding behind her, dude. That's disgusting.
Will you listen to me?
The majority of MamaMax's die-hard audience are sexual abuse survivors, and he's currently taking...
That's another thing, though. Yeah, I mean, if the majority of his audience are actually abuse survivors, then this actually is even worse, because he's taking advantage of them.
It's the perfect...
My bad, I should have waited.
Grift, really? Why would you criticize a guy who's going after predators? Why would you put in work to do it right? That doesn't pay well. Just blame the police. I mean, people already hate the police, right?
I don't want to wait for the bureaucracy of law enforcement to...
And that also means if he just blames the police, he doesn't even have to do anything about it. He can just keep saying he's trying his best every single time. And his entire audience would be like, we believe in you, Max. Thank you for being a helpful person to our cause.
Take their time when it's already been 7 years with multiple reports.
And I guess that's not necessarily a huge problem if everyone in there, they're talking. It's kind of like therapy to some people, I'm sure. But it just doesn't help in the fact that, he's potentially making a lot of money and then, and it's potentially fake in certain ways.
Like, that's
especially
ridiculous.
When they find out.
And that's also why we're taking them to court as well, because this is...
oh, yeah, I want to see if that's actually real.
Keemstar, remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me. I jerked you off at super speed so it seemed like you nutted at just a woman's touch.
What is even that? What?
There's one more topic on the docket that we need to discuss. I mentioned earlier that Max's exes and former friends have come together to accuse him of abuse. This is not something I feel equipped to discuss at this moment in time, and that would be for a separate video by a separate creator. What I can talk about is the allegation that Max levied against the video's creator, Magnetar, before his real name became known as Anthony Field.
Anthony Field, Haley's boyfriend, Magnetar on YouTube. The one who published this video on me.
Anthony has essentially had his life ruined by MamaMax. The call out led to his job getting bombarded, and the emails received were disgusting. It's one thing to be falsely accused by some loser online, like I'm Alex, and it's another thing for a respected predator hunter to make claims he is completely unable to prove against.
Yeah, he basically used his giant platform to accuse anyone that was that he hated or was critical of him in any way of being a predator. And because of his big channel and his big outreach, everyone just automatically gave him the benefit of the doubt with no evidence. And that's the worst part. If anything, he should be sued for that.
Against you. The allegations levied by Max are completely unsubstantiated by his own admission. The only people who claim to have seen the unobtainable proof of this interaction occurring is an undisclosed girl and Max's own sister. Max has every reason to slander this person, as they are the vessel of the allegations being made against him. Ignoring Max's previously unknown history of lies, I'm still going to need to see more proof than my sister's friend told me this occurred. The reality is, Max's credibility alone carried this allegation.
Now, it turns out that the guy who orchestrated the video
might be
might be a he sent out
Where does it end? Where does the cycle end?
Like
and
Max showed this
was this a White House interning with Obama or something? Like there was this whole weird arc in there.
Yeah, because me and my girlfriend.
Is that a VTuber? Yeah, that has to be. I wonder which VTuber that is.
We know Max, so it's like we just want to know this whole thing. And you got to imagine, like, if you're the guy running these things and you have a possible history.
I mean, to be honest, looking at it from his perspective, Max is this guy who obviously has a chip on his shoulder and hates this dude, right? And he's making videos about catching else. He's just scared that one of the videos will be about him. So he's trying to discredit Max first.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Oh, these guys were defending Max at this time. Oh, so this is probably years ago then.
The projection. It's almost. Oh my god, that's so fun.
At best, it made people like myself second guess looking into these allegations those 5 girls made and Anthony published. At worst, people like Mudahar and his co-host took Max's words, insinuated they could be valid off of no substantial evidence.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so here's the thing. And this is good to know if you're a creator, okay? If you're a creator and you have a creator friend, all right? Don't take their word at anything. Just because it doesn't matter how good of a friend you are. I mean, another good example would be there was this has nothing to do with like predators or whatnot, but this is a good example of you never know who's lying on the internet, right? There was a Minecraft creator, I think it was like Minecraventure or something like that. He accused another famous YouTuber who's, I'm sure someone's going to tell me, of cheating in Minecraft, okay? This is all dumb Minecraft drama, right? But his own brother didn't know that he himself was cheating, and he had no idea for years. And then it came out that he was, Minecraventure was cheating as well. So, and his own brother, who also does Minecraft in the other room next door, also didn't know he was cheating. And they were literally next to each other. So, I mean, that's the big thing you got to be careful with on YouTube. All right?
And echoed them, effectively shutting down the story and further harming Anthony's reputation. I would like to personally apologize to Anthony for not looking further into Max back then. Maybe we could have salvaged this situation, and maybe we could have saved the current 8 girls a lot of trouble. I am, however, proud that we could get Magnetar and Mudahar together, just to hash out their differences. It is worth noting that Camden Gerard Davis's alleged abuse victim Spencer, who's also Max's roommate and friend, who's also friends with Max's sister, who's also friends with Anthony's alleged victim, claims that Anthony dressed up like a student after graduating to eat lunch at school with freshman girls. Oh, and because this is MamaMax, of course there's no evidence of that either. The dude apparently dressed up in a school uniform.
There would be, if there was evidence of this, it wouldn't be that hard. You just take a freaking picture. Someone would have, right?
Snuck in multiple times, and not a single person snapped a picture of him. Nice.
So this is what I'm saying. There's multiple things against Anthony Field. For me, I feel...
without a picture, in a lot of cases, it didn't happen.
...comfortable saying he is a
God.
I don't feel he could do anything to me.
Okay, the question is, what if a bunch of people come out against Max and just keep saying that, start parodying that nonsense against him and just keep calling him one, Everyone can just be like, well, we feel confident saying he's a hypocrite, and this is obviously him trying to hide behind a wall, which would be stupid because there'd be no evidence of that.
Legally for saying that, because if he were to, the girl who made the testimony would come forward and testify against
So she
him.
has his dick pic and has timestamps of when it was sent. That's real, that exists?
He does not have his dick pic.
So what does she have that she could come forward with?
Just her memory, but...
Wait, so you don't think that you could legally be held liable for the statements you're making if he were to sue you because you have someone who can come forward and tell you it happened?
Well, I am just documenting what she said.
No, you are calling him a pedophile.
Correct. And to be able to successfully sue me for defamation, he would have to prove that I am lying, which I am not, because the girl is real and she sent me the...
What? No. Okay. You just have to prove... Oh, my God. Max is an idiot.
Those DMs.
Now that the serious stuff is out of the way, does anyone remember the time that MamaMax tried to shill his beats to Anthony Fantano? Well, as it turns out, MamaMax made an entire song about how he wants pedophiles to perform oral sex on him. Initially, this segment was just going to be cut from my video, but then I got an idea.
Hey buddy, did you hear the news? It's track review.
I kind of want to skip this, but I kind of don't. Okay, fine.
Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. The man, the myth, the rage legend, as everyone knows, he has a brand new LP coming out just around the corner. He is being a bit mysterious about its drop per usual, but we know it's close because he's putting out new indie ace.
Be freed from even now, maidens they bleed. I don't know how such evil sins can be allowed.
Wow.
The poll is out. How do you feel about the track? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let it be known in the poll. It's a little washed out, so it's difficult to say what exactly it is or how many pieces it's made of. All I know is with the beat, it makes for a pretty hypnotic combination.
Sorry, one more interjection. I had to look this up because I remembered it and I couldn't believe this was true. But Max actually reached out to me to ask if I wanted to be put in a group chat because he was dropping something that was going to make waves in the community. And it was fucking this. It was literally this song. Like, this diss track on Pios was gonna blow the airwaves wide open. I'm done.
It's at this point one of the more weird and eyebrow-raising lines pop out on the entire track.
Oh no.
Anthony Fantano. MamaMax. Forever.
In conclusion, this video proves that Max
That was
Stryker
a weird
is a complete
line.
and total fraud. His persona MamaMax is a freak who does not help children prosecute their abusers. He hunts predators online as a soldier of fortune. He lies about his accomplishments to bolster his credibility. He manipulates his audience of abuse survivors by not disclosing large portions of
Who were probably ending up paying him a lot of money through the Patreon.
his content are completely fake, and he uses credibility he never deserved in the first place to silence and ruin other people's lives. Just look at how he treated Tommy C. The man was Max's first real persistent critic, and during the videos he was supposedly hunting predators, Max took time out of his day to create a QR code campaign about Tommy and talk about sexually dominating him. The stuff on screen right now is completely psychotic and even
Wow. Jeez. This is
more
crazy.
so with the information we now know about how fraudulent Max's activities have been. I mean, look at the comments. Look at what people said to Tommy just because he spoke up and questioned the current narrative. MamaMax does not deserve anyone's support.
There's also a chance that some of those people were, you know, bot accounts that that MamaMax just created for this.
MamaMax does not deserve a second chance. This is not a community that can offer one. This is a malicious person who preys on his supporters. He is the predator to them. To the girls Max is helping fight against Camden Gerard Davis, you claim to have escaped one cult. Don't be foolish now and fall into another. And MamaMax, this part is me, speaking directly to you. I know you, Max. I know how you operate. My friends and I know what you're about to say, so we have to spell it out for you. Yo, John Swan, drop the bass.
Though we are different, we are all the same. Because above
What is this ending?
all else, there's one thing that holds us together. We don't like P-words!
Camden Gerard Davis is a child predator that has molested hundreds of children under the pretense of a vampire werewolf.
Disclaimer, none of these are actually Camden Gerard Davis. Oh, okay.
It's absolutely crucial that we spread awareness of him.
Camden Gerard Davis's time is up. He's about to be exposed.
Camden Gerard Davis, you're going to jail.
I just want to know if this person's a real person.
There is a pedophile pretending to be a vampire. So if you come across Cameron Gerard Davis, be sure to contact MamaMax immediately in order to get this guy arrested for charity fraud.
Camden, who are you? Someone in my chat was just talking about you. Thank you for the pride.
Hashtag we are real.
Hey Camden, Jared Davis. Should I say, don't feel depressed just because you're a vampire werewolf and people are saying mean to you. The Leviathan will come for your enemies. Game patient.
Camden Gerard Davis is a stupid name and he gets no fucking bitches! You vampire piece of shit!
We are real, Camden Gerard Davis.
Okay, I don't even know what this ending is. Is this just like a fake call to action or something like that?
Whatever you
from
may or may
making
not
fun of
have done.
MamaMax?
I'm not really sure.
Camden Gerard Davis. Those teeth are fake. They make you look stupid. And there's no such thing as a black vampire.
Camden Gerard the
Wow, Tommy C.
completionist. Where's the charity money? The Leviathans.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a charity thing with what's his name? My brain's not working right now. It's the completionist. There we go.
Are coming. How's it going, everyone? I'm here in my garage. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Cameron Pro Jared, the completionist. Shout out to you, my dude.
The time for action is now. MamaMax needs our help. Camden Gerard Davis. MamaMax needs our help. Well, hello, Camden Gerard Davis. So I've been told to roast you because you wear werewolf teeth, and I guess you think that's cool. And I've been told to tell you to stop making friends in Texas. I'm sure you would like to be on this beach with your werewolf teeth.
Cameron Gerard Davis, more like Cameron Gerard Gavis, am I right? Because that dude is crazy.
So is this that call to action? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it says call to action at the bottom there.
Biothon is coming for you, whatever happens. I wasn't given much.
The problem is, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh yeah, these I know who all these people are. I have no idea who any of these people are because I don't watch a lot of these channels.
As a member of the Chinese Communist Party, Camden Gerard Davis, we are coming for you.
Honestly, I have no fucking clue who Camden Gerard is, but I'm just happy to be included.
Camden Gerard Davis.
I'm like that guy.
Standing on your plot of land purchased from established titles, and
I remember a lot of YouTubers did the established title thing and then came back and we're sorry, it's a fake, I'm bad.
I will be notifying MamaMax when you arrive.
Beware, ladies and gentlemen, hiding in your local inner cities could be Camden Gerard Davis, who is not only a vampire pedophile, but a vampire werewolf hybrid pedophile. Not many people know that fact about him.
We'll see you, probably never again.
Hey, what's going on, guys? While I was editing my video, I found out that Max tried to beat us out and post a really poorly edited video where he claims to be taking accountability. Shockingly, not much accountability was taken. The video was panned. He tried to launch a GoFundMe that was canceled by the time I woke up this morning. I think the only people who donated were a $5 donation that was anonymous and then Max himself. It's pretty clear he just tried to get out ahead of what was inevitably coming because there's not really much he can do to salvage this situation. And, I mean, in the future, if I make a part 2, I'll definitely go over it. But for now, I'm just going to leave you with the hemorrhaging subscribers he's losing on his main channel after posting it, and this absolutely hilarious ending that had to be scripted. I simply don't believe this happened naturally.
I wonder how many subscribers he has now.
Oh, and just a reminder, for people who think that you're not important, you've caught just as many predators as Max Stryker.
I tried looking up MamaMax's channel. Oh, here we go. 687,000 subscribers. That sounds like a lot less, like 100,000 less than where he was at before, so...
Alright, dude, that's it. The video's over. We're a pinball channel now. We're a pinball channel. We make
sure, why not?
Videos.
I'd watch that. I'd totally watch this channel for a pinball channel. Just a different camera angle, maybe.
Pinball channel. Hey guys, I missed everybody. Hello to all the new people too. I don't know if this video will get 1,000 views or 100,000 views, but either way, Muda will get the word out too. It was cool to work on something like this with you, buddy.
It definitely didn't get 1,000 views. Let's see what it got real quick. 536,000 views. Yeah,
and
that'll do
I'd like to now direct everyone to his coverage. That should launch simultaneously with my video. Also, while
We'll
I like
watch
to make
his
this
video
all
as
about
well.
me, guys like Tommy C kept this discussion brewing for 2 years, and despite being bombed by Max's fanatics, he just did not stand down.
Okay, okay, so who's this guy? Okay, Tommy C doesn't stand down to anyone, though.
Bud Logic has been a great friend to me in the last year or so, and he's pushed me to make the content that I'm making now. I probably wouldn't be back without him keeping me entertained all this time. Check out his channel because he's been cranking out content on Max.
Let's see. Mudahar confronts me on stream, admits I'm right on everything. Oh, that's... Okay.
For weeks, and it's really good. Queeman now recording lyrics, FPS Diesel, Turkey.
So we know FPS Diesel. I don't know who Turkey Tom
Tom
is.
Xiley.
I vaguely know who Xiley is, just because I'm pretty sure she was the one who called out Max and calling him an idiot on
Everybody
the
else
stream.
who's either covered this already or dropping soon will be down below in the description. Also, I plagiarized Carl Jobs' music, and I'm not sorry. Okay, I got one call out. Augie RFC, I'm back on YouTube.
What's stopping you from doing something like this, you lazy motherfucker?
Yeah, let's go! Hey guys, remember to like the video and stuff. Share it to friends too, even.
I like the ending screen for this channel. Yes, geez, there was just so much in that just didn't make sense. At least from, what MamaMax was thinking, not from what Nicholas DeOrio said. He broke it down a lot better than what what the first video was that we watched. And I'll look at another couple of videos as well, and then we're going to switch back to some of the Illuminati stuff because there's some new updates to that. And then I guess whatever you guys want me to watch in the comment section. All right, see you guys later.